Okay, hey, this is Chris with the Cycle Source magazine in the Grease and Gears garage today, working on the FXR Evolution Rideaway bike. Today we're working on the front end. If you guys have been following along, I got an opportunity to switch up from the GSXR front end that we were going to use on this bike to, I think this is off a Night Train. It's somewhat newer motorcycle, kind of cool. It's something different I haven't worked with. So the only thing I didn't like about it was a lot longer. So I used this ratchet strap last night and I pulled it down an inch and a half, and I liked the way the bike was sitting a lot more. Now, you know, this is unladen weight because we don't have the engine or anything here, but I'm going to go ahead and do sort of a cheater way. You know, there's a couple ways you can go about achieving a lowered suspension. You can do it through like the progressive kits that give you the different spring packs and, you know, such. You can get different legs, but we're just going to do it the cheater way. We're actually going to pull the springs up, take a certain amount of the spring off, and see if we get that. You know, do you give up a little bit of performance? Probably, but since this is not a front end with a variable rate spring inside of it already, it's not that much, not enough for me to worry about anyway. So we're going to go through that real quick and drop this thing down a little bit and get a better stance. Basically, you can see I already have the top of the fork off. I'm going to grab a 3/4 inch wrench. So there's our little keeper and the nut for the top of it. I've already done this side, so basically all I'm going to do is follow the same thing. I came down exactly 1 inch. We're going to put it back in and see if we get away with this suspension without slugs in it before we go that route. Keep as much of the oil in the motorcycle as I can. Here's the piece I took off of the first spring, exactly 1 inch. I'm going to come down to wherever on the spring my 1 inch hits, make a mark. Okay, I'm just going to cut right on that line. Now I have this uneven spring to contend with at the top, and my keeper won't sit right at the top of that. So what we're actually going to do is grab the torch and heat this part in here and bend that down and bring it in so that it holds. It's that. And you'll see what I'm talking about here, that now my keeper has a nice place to sit. Spring is nice and cool. I'm going to bring the front end down, compress the front end, I guess I should say, so it's a little easier to work on. I'm guessing about the time I get motor weight on it, be right in there. Like I said, man, this is a quick little thing we're just doing tonight to show you guys, but the main principle behind this is if there's a part that you're putting on your motorcycle and it's not quite right, do something about it. The only person who can change that is you. Thanks for coming along with us. Get out to Dennis Kirk's garagebuild.com today and check out the FXR Evolution. You can walk away with this bike when we're done. This is Chris with Cycle Source magazine. We'll see you next time.